Hey amigos, it's Bill McDonald, the writing doctor. This morning I want to show you a paper that got a 2 and a 2 in my opinion, and I want to give you some ideas on how to turn a 2 into a 3. It's write about one reason that you like 4th grade. I'll call that the red light, and I use yellow for the introduction because they go from red light to yellow light to green light in order to do well. They skip the first line, which is not necessary, but okay. I love recess so much, I exclaimed. Do you love school because of recess? So they're asking a question, and it's a combination of a question about the topic, 4th grade, school, and recess, their idea. I'm sure I do. I'm in love with recess, and you're about to know why. Alright, so talking to the reader, kind of a cool detail, I am in love with recess. The first reason, so those are called basic transition phrases, of why I love recess is because you can run around and play any kind of game you want. So they right away went to the next reason. So you would say, okay, well, that would be a kinder level development because only the topic sentence is the reason. What kind of game do you play? Give me an example. Explain the game. What makes the game enjoyable? Where do you play the game? How do you play it? Who do you play it with? All of the W's can be incorporated for each reason. And then a heart connection. How do you feel when you're playing the game? What is your opinion about that game? Second reason is when you're in 4th grade, you get stressed and very tired, run on. That's why recess is there for us. It's there to get our minds off things that are just play around like we always do. Okay? So that was a little bit better development, but as you see, there's only 2 sentences. There was a run on there, so there's technically only 2 sentences about the stress. And what I would love to know is, how does the playing recess get rid of that stress? What is it that happens when you're doing that? Who helps you get rid of the stress? What do you do? How is it that you relax that causes this stress to go away? My third reason, again, basic transitional phrases are not meaningful, so those would always be 2-3 papers instead of 3-4 papers. You can have a bit more exercise than just sitting down, writing, and just listening to everything the teacher teaches us. So the reason is exercise. Nothing was written about what kind of exercises. You would ask for an example of the exercise. How do you do the exercise? What are the steps? What makes exercise enjoyable? Because many people will think exercise is annoying and monotonous. My final reason, so I had to go through orange and purple because the student has 4 reasons. You can talk to your friends as much as you want, as louder in recess, because 4th grade you can just talk to your friends. Put it in red because that's repetition about anything except for what you're learning about. Okay. Well, about anything except what you're learning about, well, what are the things you can talk about? So again, you'd give an example. You're going to talk about your friendships. You're going to talk about a boy or a girl that you like. You're going to talk about the latest movie, or you're going to talk about some book you're reading. Then once you mention that, you can either give a little mini anecdote about a time that you actually talked about something besides school, or just keep it hypothetical, telling the reader how talking during recess about other things besides education are going to be interesting. As you can see, the last essay did that same transitional phrase, so you want to not do that. I am in love with recess. They already said that, so that's restating, because it makes fourth grade even better than it is. I'm sure that you think that too. That last part there was a little bit different, so that was a little bit more effective conclusion than the one from last night that I showed you. But because this has too many reasons that are too vague, it would get a 2. Thanks, and God bless.